Welcome back to the channel. It's Richard here. I'm in St. Anne's Park on the north side of Dublin, and there's a few shots I want to try and get today. So let's go. So yeah, St. Anne's Park is like the second biggest city park in Dublin. I think it's over 200 acres, and it's originally part of the Guinness's estates as of the Guinness drink family. So Arthur Guinness, I think, bought it about 1850, and it was originally about 500 acres in Dublin. It's on the east coast here near Clontarf, and yeah, the Guinnesses owned it for quite a few years and built a fantastic house and formal gardens on it, and you know, they're minted. The Guinnesses owned most of the beautiful estates in Ireland at one stage or another. But then in the 20s they sold it on to Dublin Corporation, who have run it ever since. So there used to be a fine country house on it, and it unfortunately burnt down in the 1940s. So that's no longer there, but all the formal gardens are still here, walled gardens, and there's huge, there's like, I don't know, 6 or 7 follies built around here, so I'm going to try and get a few shots of them. So obviously, you don't know what a folly is. It's buildings that the super rich back in the day used to build on their estates just to waste their money. The likes of bridges and moats and towers and all sorts of random stuff like that. So yeah, they remain on site here, and there's also a tree. I've been here many times before. There's also a trail. There's a river here with a fantastic, I don't know if it's a chestnut tree or something growing on the edge of it with really long roots coming out of it, and looks, it's amazing. It's a class tree, but it's really hard to photograph. So I'm going to give it another shot today. I've only ever had a 17mm was my widest lens, so I have 16mm with me today, so maybe that'll make a difference. I don't know. I'll show it to you when I get there. It's one of these shots. It's one of these scenes that you see that you go, oh look, that'll make a great shot. But I find it really hard to get a good composition on it. So I'm going to check that out along with some of the follies and just wander around. But like I said, yeah, it's some place like 200 acres. It was 500 acres, and this was probably wasn't even their second home. It was probably like their 10th home. They owned half of Killarney and Connacht, and you know, a lot of money to be made from selling pints of Guinness back in the day and today. Well, there you go. Anyway, we'll keep going. So this clock tower in front of me would be one of the many follies on site, and yeah, it makes for a good photo. But like I said, it's pretty cloudy. I've already got a photo of this in the past. I might throw it up on the screen where it was kind of the central subject. So what I'm doing this time is I'm just trying to keep it in the frame all right, but I'm going to focus more on the flowers and the plants around it, and I don't want the tower to be the dominant point of the subject. So yeah, and that way I can kind of cut out a bit of the sky, the grey sky, and focus on other things. So focusing in on some plants, keeping the clock tower in frame, and hopefully I'll get an interesting shot or two. Sure, we'll see. Well, in this shot here, I used the flowers at the bottom of the frame as the main focal point, and you got the tower in the background kind of disappearing, a bit of bokeh going on there. So I like that. Like I said, I didn't want to make the tower the main subject. I wanted the flowers or something else to be the main subject, and I think this kind of worked out well. And actually, you know, you've got the path, it's like a leading line there to the bottom of the tower, and yeah, quite happy with that shot. I just twigged this duck sitting on the end of the pond where there's absolutely no other ducks, so he's having a nice little nap and he's let me get really close, so it's great when that happens, isn't it? You just walk up to him. Anyway, I don't want to wake him up, but it'd be nice if he looked at me and get a few photos. So yeah, kind of keeping my voice down here because this duck he's the best duck I've ever come across. He's just happy sleeping here on the edge, sitting on this ledge, and I've got him even closer now. I'm resting the camera on the wall of the pond, and I'm getting some great shots of him having a nap here, and I'm getting reflections in the water, and yeah, I should definitely get a nice shot here. I'll throw it on the screen, but yeah, these are the moments that I really enjoy as a photographer, just getting the shots. I wasn't expecting to get any photos of birds or wildlife really today, certainly not so close. Well, here's my friend, the little duck, sitting on the ledge, and yep, quite happy with that. I like the reflection going on, and I just like the detail on the duck, and I like the kind of layers going on in this image with the duck and the concrete ledge, and then the reflection of the ledge, and then the duck again. Would have been nicer if the reflection came out a little stronger. It might have been just the angle I was at, but yep, quite happy. So hopefully I got something good. Like I said, I'm lying on the ground here, just taking a few shots. But like the best duck ever. So I'm going right in at 400mm, and he's taking up the whole frame, which I just love. I'm getting some reflections, so I'm focusing on the duck. I've also tried a few of just focusing on the reflection as well. But yeah, it's awesome, like when you can get this close. Like I said, fill the frame, I just love that, so hopefully I'll get some detail. He must have had a big dinner because he's fast asleep here. This shot here, I just focused more on the duck and just eliminated the reflection out of it, and I prefer this one. I just think it's more balanced. It's just lovely detail coming off in the photo. I like the detail in the duck, and I like what's going on. I like the little daisy floating in the water. Probably my favourite image of the day. So this is the tree and root system that I was saying I really like. I just love those roots, and this massive tree. But as you can see, it's surrounded by other branches, and it's kind of really dark. Really dark. It's in the shade here, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll take a shot at it. I don't think it's great. It's actually been a new fence put up here since the last time I was here, which is making it trickier because I used to be able to walk in much closer. So I'll play around with it. I'm not too hopeful I'll get anything great, but like I said, it's one of these trees, one of these subjects that you see and you think, wow, that's really like to get a good photo of that. Yeah, so as I suspected, it's really difficult to get a shot of it. Now I'm shooting it at like, I don't know, about 50mm here. I could put it on a wide angle, but I don't think it'll make any difference because I'm trying to focus in on the roots, because I think that's the only kind of composition I'm going to get, something on the roots there. But I took a few shots, took a few landscape, a few portraits. Then I cut the sky out. There's a tiny bit of light coming in the left hand of the frame, so it'll light up the roots a little bit. And maybe get something abstract out of it, but I don't think it'll be great, but I'll throw it up on the screen. And I'm going to keep on going. There's a few follies down here. I want to get a few photos. I think I'll give up on photographing this tree. So this was the best of a lot of photos I could take. And I'm not happy with it. I wasn't very confident I was going to get a good image out of it when I was taking the photo, to be honest. But I made this into black and white, but I think the roots are lacking a bit more light. They need a bit more light to give off some more contrast. Yes, it's just it doesn't stand out, and it doesn't really do it justice. It's not the image I had in my head, but like I said, when I looked at that tree and that root system, I just think it's impossible to get a good photograph of it, and especially with foliage on the branches. Yeah, I think I shall call it quits with that tree from now on. Another folly here. Told you there's loads of them. Now, I don't even think we're going to get to see them all today. I'm rapidly running out of time, but yeah. Some sort of balcony overlooking the river. Again, built at great expense, no doubt. It's pretty cool. This is the last image we're going to throw up here and talk about. It's pretty straightforward. It's one of the follies there. Just use that circular block at the front as a bit of foreground interest, and yeah, it's pretty simple and straightforward, but I think it's okay. So yeah, just before the end of the video, just a heads up, the outro of this video is a bit weird. I don't know what I did with the frame rate settings on the Pocket 3, but it's really strange. I look a bit twitchy in it, but stick around and you'll see. All right. Okay, I'm going to call it quits now. I'm kind of pressed for time, so hopefully you got to see a bit of the park here, and I got one or two shots. There's a lot more to see that I didn't get a chance to show you, but I have to rock and roll. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for everyone who's subscribed so far, and everyone who watches the videos. It's really great. And I'm going to keep firing them out every week or two. Okay, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.